He is with us today, and we want to say thank you very much, AC Griffith, for joining us to talk about the purpose of chemtrail aerosol.
We're the only people in the world that actually got inside of that program.
You're talking about information on the inside of this program.
I'm talking about actually getting inside the program at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base where it's being managed. And we actually got into some of the people that were dissatisfied from within the program, and they divulged a lot of the acronyms and the purpose of the program and so on. And that's the only way that anybody could ever have broken the secrecy of this program. We know that people have died over this program. People have been hit to keep them quiet. And we know that other things have happened to keep people in this program. One of the key people that designed the aerosol, the barium salt aerosol, was set up by people in the Reagan administration, and he's now sitting in federal penitentiary. They still go to him to ask him questions. We have checked on information. We do confirm that the name of the project is Project Cloverleaf in the aircraft industry. It is very secretive. It is the most secretive thing I have ever encountered. People have died over this, talking about it. I was born before the Second World War. I'm an old guy, and I come from that generation and that mindset. This is my country, and I see my country being dissolved. My country is being destroyed right in front of my eyes, and the people are being hurt. But it's time. It's time to speak out and go public with these things.
I talked with you about a discussion I had with a military member, and he was so disillusioned when I talked with his military officer. He said, "I am leaving the military, Joyce. I did not believe you when you told me about Gulf War illness." And then he said, "I became ill. Then I found out the doxycycline was true. And then now I have found out about this spraying issue." And he said, "I can no longer serve the military."
So you're seeing a picture of how this thing operates. The CIA finances projects with monies earned elsewhere. The monies that go into CIA projects don't necessarily come out of congressional appropriations. And I will tell you that the Congress as a whole is completely oblivious to the aerosol program. They are afraid to ask.
For those that don't understand scalar, would you define the scalar or tell us what scalar weaponry is?
It's very complicated. If I read you the definition, you still wouldn't know. Tom Bearden has been the Tesla guru for many years. He is highly respected. He is a brilliant man and a great American. We're experiencing and hearing from people all over the country that are experiencing dizzy spells, and they fall forward to the left. I'm sure many of your listeners right now are saying, "My God, that's happened to me." Well, it's happening all over the country, and that is the manifestation of these scalar weapon systems. The town in Kansas was devastated as a result of guiding and manufacturing that storm. Now, that's going to increase in the rest of this year. The hurricanes were suppressed last year, but hopefully the United States science community will be able to suppress them again. Now, other countries have these weapon systems. We are late coming up to speed. We do not have adequate defenses against them right now. On the West Coast, Alaskan Airlines has been having a lot of trouble running into these scalar fields, but nobody knows about it. You're using barium salt and other DARPA aerosols. You're primarily using a mixture of barium salts to make it work over land terrain. That's how it started. Then DARPA got into it, and other agencies got into it, and God only knows where it is now and what's coming out of those planes. You're dealing with people, you don't know who they are, they're not accountable to anybody. They're capable of dastardly things. You see, the American people are totally out of the loop. Their reality is based on their life experience. You see, the way you judge things and the way you process things, your opinions are based on your own life experience. Most people haven't had these experiences. It's not designed to be politically correct, you know. We're coming into difficult times. Our country is being taken away from us, and the people are allowing it because of political correctness. To oversimplify, for the sake of understanding the general category, a scalar weapon produces something that you can perceive like a gravitational wave. It's not an RF wave, it's a gravitational wave, if anything, for the sake of understanding. There's nothing that we can do to prevent this from occurring. The missile systems, the missile protection systems are not as they have been presented to you. They are Tesla domes over cities, over territories. It is part of this scalar systems that afford protection from incoming missiles. It is not shooting a missile up. We also know in the study of this, as I told you earlier, when we started looking at this, it was one door, and then all of a sudden we saw 2 doors, then 4 doors, then 8 doors, and 16 doors, and 32 doors to explore, and that's why it's taken all of these years to do that. We know that atomic devices have been pre-positioned in American cities. We know that Israel pre-positioned atomic devices in Russian cities. So there's some standoff here, but we are in a desperate time, and people are oblivious to it.